Okay, excuse me. So, this is kind of a bathtub scenario where there's no actual drainage out of this little area, which is fine. But years ago, people dumped rocks down in here, and so now on some of our drier years, there's all these big boulders, and there's a big pile right in there. So we're going to take this out of here, and I might put it up by that fence where it's drier and I can get to it with the skid steer and the dump truck, maybe even this winter. But today we're going to try to just pull this out of here. And I mean, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but when you come zipping through here with the sprayer and you're doing, you know, you don't want it hitting rocks and rock piles. So we'll poke around in here a little bit, see if we can get this at least be flat. I probably could have farmed it the last couple of years, but this rock pile was in the way, so we'll check it out. There's some big rocks in here. I wasn't expecting it to be this big. Yeah, there's some big stuff. I didn't have a tripod with me, so that's the next best thing. This is one of those jobs where if I had come with the skid steer, I would have been here for days trying to muscle some of those big ones out of there. And yeah, so this way we'll get it up there, and then we can at least get a run out of here with the dump truck, and the skid steer can load a loose pile like that, no problem. And we'll sift the dirt out, but almost there. Okay, well, we wrapped up that little pile of rocks. It turned out to be a little bigger than I was expecting. I thought, yeah, there's just a few loads of rocks that have been dumped there, and anyways, yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll screen it here, or maybe I'll take it home. But either way, now at least I can come in with the skid steer and load into the dump truck. You're not digging these guys out of there with the skid steer, at least not as fast as this was. But anyways, now that turned out nice and smooth, so whether I farm through it or not, at least there's not an actual physical obstacle to hit with the sprayer or whatever. And it's a little bit lower now, so part of me kind of wants to do a bit of the screening here just so I can put that topsoil back in there. But no, that's a lot better now. And yeah, so anyways, gotta scurry home before it gets too cold. This pretty well wraps up most of the dirt work, because now it's gonna get cold. But anyways, thanks again for joining me, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye for now.